to find somebody who has paid maybe $60,000 or $65,000 for a very high-end pickup truck, well, even the average pickup truck now is going to be crossing over that $50,000 barrier.
You're about to make a massive mistake with your next truck purchase if you don't see the warning signs. The trucks on this list were supposed to lead the way. Tough, dependable, American-made. Instead, they're leading buyers straight to frustration, repair bills, and plummeting resale values. Dealers, they're quietly pulling back. And now, you need to know why these trucks are so bad. They've become the industry's worst-kept secret. What's making these trucks fail? Why are dealerships quietly backing away? And why could you be next in line for disaster if you don't pay attention? Ford F-150 Lightning. Once hyped as the future of American trucking, the so-called revolution on wheels is now stalling at the Charger and dragging its owners down with it. When the Ford Motor Company launched the F-150 Lightning, it promised to usher in a bold new era of American electric trucks. It was marketed as the future of hauling, with instant torque, silent power, and zero tailpipe emissions. With over 300 miles of projected range and the backing of America's best-selling truck lineage, the Lightning looked unstoppable. But what buyers got was something very different, an over-engineered, underprepared, and dangerously unreliable machine that has left thousands of owners stranded, disappointed, and angry. In real-world driving, the Lightning often fails to live up to even the basic expectations of a full-size pickup. Consumer reports found that most drivers only achieve between 180 and 220 miles of range under normal conditions. Add a trailer or cold weather, and that number drops sharply. Battery capacity degrades alarmingly fast, by as much as 20% in the first year of ownership, turning a promised 300-mile truck into one that barely scrapes 240 miles. Early adopters thought they were buying freedom from fuel pumps. Instead, they got crippling range anxiety and unpredictable charging results. The problems don't stop there. The Lightning has received over 47 over-the-air software updates in its first 18 months. Each one tries to fix bugs, but often creates new ones in the process. Infotainment crashes, driver assistance malfunctions, and frozen control screens have become disturbingly common. Some updates have even disabled basic vehicle systems like power steering or brake assist until reset. Owners describe it as feeling like a beta test, except they paid over $70,000 to participate. Even home charging has become a gamble. Reports of the Lightning's proprietary home charging system causing power surges and electrical fires have made headlines. In one terrifying case, a nurse from Phoenix reported her Lightning's charger caught fire at 2 o'clock in the morning, requiring a fire department response. Ford replaced the unit, but the damage was done. Many owners are now afraid to charge their trucks in their own garages. Perhaps the most alarming detail of all, nearly 78% of Ford dealerships lack the tools, training, or technicians to properly service Lightning-related problems. That means if something goes wrong, and it probably will, your truck could sit in a lot for weeks, or even months. If this is the future, buyers are quickly realizing they want no part of it. Think that was a shocker? The next truck didn't just fail expectations. It destroyed a brand's rock-solid legacy. If you've ever owned a truck that left you stranded or empty-pocketed, hit that like button and drop a comment with the worst pickup experience you've had, because you're not the only one dealerships left in the dark. Toyota Tundra. Hailed as the torchbearer of Toyota's legendary reliability, the redesigned Tundra didn't just miss the mark, it shattered a 50-year legacy with breakdowns no loyal owner ever saw coming. For decades, the Toyota Motor Corporation earned its reputation by building some of the most dependable trucks on American roads. Owners passed them down from generation to generation, knowing that if it said Toyota on the tailgate, it would last. But that legacy began to unravel in the year 2022, when the automaker introduced the all-new Toyota Tundra, a radical redesign built on promises of power, efficiency, and innovation. What followed was one of the most disappointing reliability collapses ever recorded for the brand. The biggest shift was under the hood. Gone was the tried-and-true 5.7-liter V8 engine, replaced by a more complex 3.5-liter twin-turbocharged V6, available with or without an electrified hybrid system. On paper, it offered more horsepower and better fuel economy. But in practice, it has been a disaster. Consumer reports and independent repair shops began logging widespread engine failures, many occurring before 25,000 miles. From catastrophic turbocharger blowouts to leaking intercoolers and complete engine seizures, the failure rate has left even Toyota loyalists stunned. And that's only part of the story. The iForce Max hybrid system introduced alongside the turbo V6 was meant to signal Toyota's commitment to sustainable power. Instead, it brought even more complexity and failure. Reports of malfunctioning battery cooling systems, inoperable electric motors, and software glitches that throw the truck into limp mode have become commonplace. Incredibly, hybrid-equipped Toyota Tundras are failing at electrical rates over 410% higher than their non-hybrid counterparts. Dealerships across the country have been caught unprepared. Consumer reports found that 71% of Toyota service centers lack the advanced tools and technician training to properly diagnose or repair the new Tundra's hybrid and turbo systems. As a result, owners are waiting weeks or even months for repairs. Some are trading in their trucks after just 1 year, citing total loss of confidence in the brand. Adding insult to injury, the Tundra's manufacturing quality has plummeted. Owners report chipped paint, loose interior trim, misaligned panels, and squeaks and rattles in trucks fresh from the factory floor. The build quality once associated with Toyota has become a distant memory. If the Ford F-150 Lightning represents a failed future, the new Toyota Tundra is something even worse, a betrayal of the past. If Toyota's fall from grace hit hard, just wait until you see what happens when an American diesel icon starts coughing up cash and coolant. Chevrolet Silverado Heavy Duty. Built to embody American muscle and toughness, this pickup rolled off the line with big promises, only to leave drivers drowning in breakdowns, disappointment, and repair bills that rival a down payment. The Chevrolet Silverado Heavy Duty series, specifically the 2500 and 3500 models equipped with the 6.6-liter Duramax diesel engine, were built to handle the toughest jobs on Earth. General Motors marketed these trucks to contractors, ranchers, and haulers who needed a workhorse that could pull anything and survive everything. But today, they are making headlines for all the wrong reasons. What was once considered a dependable diesel powerhouse has become a reliability nightmare, with issues so widespread that even longtime Chevrolet dealerships are growing hesitant to stand behind the product. At the heart of the disaster is the Duramax diesel engine itself. Though earlier generations had solid reputations, the current version suffers from multiple catastrophic weaknesses. Common failures include blown fuel injectors, cracked heads, and turbocharger malfunctions, all before 40,000 miles. Worse yet, the emissions equipment, designed to meet government regulations, has become a major liability. Owners report that the diesel exhaust fluid system fails frequently, triggering limp mode and reducing highway speeds to 55 miles per hour until expensive repairs are completed. But the problems do not stop there. The Allison 10-speed automatic transmission, which was meant to handle the torque of the Duramax engine, has become another point of failure. Owners have experienced everything from torque converter breakdowns to valve body seizures and full transmission replacements, often before 50,000 miles. A single transmission repair can cost upwards of $8,400, and warranty coverage is spotty at best. Chevrolet dealers across the country are overwhelmed. Consumer Reports surveys found that over 76% of General Motors service departments are facing backlogs on heavy-duty truck repairs, with many trucks sitting for weeks without diagnosis or parts. Some dealers have even begun warning buyers to purchase extended warranties or consider alternative models due to frequent and recurring issues. On the inside, the situation is just as bleak. Silverado heavy-duty interiors show signs of wear within the first year. Failing electronics, cracked dashboards, and peeling trim have become normal complaints. And yet, these trucks still command prices above $70,000. If the Toyota Tundra broke hearts, the Chevrolet Silverado heavy-duty is breaking wallets. That was supposed to be the king of work trucks. But what comes next? It might look basic, but it's quietly burning through service bays faster than any high-mileage rig. Ram 2500 and 3500. Marketed as the ultimate workhorse for the toughest jobs, this truck was built to rule the job site, yet it spent more time in the shop than on the clock. Ram's heavy-duty lineup, specifically the Ram 2500 and Ram 3500, has long been a top choice for commercial operators and heavy haulers. Buyers trust it for its brawny looks, impressive towing capabilities, and legendary Cummins diesel power. But starting with the 2020 model year, this once revered workhorse has been plagued with engine failures, emission system catastrophes, and electrical meltdowns that are costing owners thousands, and in many cases, forcing dealerships to push back against the brand. The heart of the problem lies in how Ram integrated emissions technology with their once bulletproof engines. The 6.7-liter Cummins inline-6 diesel engine has been paired with complex emission systems that include diesel particulate filters, selective catalytic reduction systems, and diesel exhaust fluid injection modules. The result? A mechanical symphony that breaks down constantly. Owners report frequent regeneration issues, fluid leaks, and full-on limp mode activation that renders the truck undrivable, sometimes before the 30,000-mile mark. And then there is the 3.0-liter EcoDiesel V6 engine, which was marketed as a fuel-efficient option for lighter-duty commercial use. What buyers got instead was a nightmare of oil dilution, timing chain failures, and coolant intrusion into the engine block. In some cases, the issues are so severe that complete engine replacement is the only fix. The EcoDiesel has been the subject of class action lawsuits and multiple buybacks under state lemon laws, especially in California, Texas, and Ohio. Even worse, Ram's own service departments are overwhelmed. According to data compiled by independent surveys and repair networks, over 80% of Ram dealerships reported delays of over 21 days for major warranty repairs. Many lack the parts, diagnostic tools, or technician training to resolve the systemic issues. Some dealerships have stopped ordering certain trims or configurations altogether, citing a backlog of warranty claims and customer frustration that is hurting their local reputation. This truck was supposed to be a contractor's dream, but for many, it has become a wallet-draining nightmare. Now, if a heavy-duty monster can't handle the heat, imagine what happens when a so-called premium truck melts down under normal driving. GMC Sierra 1500. Touted as a top contender in America's full-size truck wars, this model aimed high but tripped over its own engineering and left drivers questioning every mile behind the wheel. The GMC Sierra 1500 has long been General Motors' upscale alternative to the Chevrolet Silverado. It shares a platform, powertrain options, and much of its hardware with its sibling, but offers a more refined interior and premium branding. Between the years 2019 and 2023, GMC sold hundreds of thousands of Sierra models equipped with the 5.3-liter and 6.2-liter gasoline V8 engines. On paper, these power plants were supposed to offer a perfect balance of towing performance and everyday drivability. In reality, they've left many owners and even dealership technicians scrambling to fix catastrophic internal engine damage. At the center of the problem is the widely publicized lifter and valve train failure issue. These active fuel management and dynamic fuel management systems, designed to improve fuel economy by deactivating cylinders, have been causing unintended consequences. Lifters collapse, push rods bend, and cylinder misfires develop, often before 40,000 miles. In some cases, the failure leads to a complete engine teardown. This is not a rare problem. It is widespread enough that several major dealer groups across North America have halted pre-orders on certain Sierra trims while waiting for a more permanent solution from the factory. But the trouble does not stop with the engine. The GMC Sierra 1500 has also faced significant transmission complaints. Its 10-speed automatic gearbox has been known to deliver hard shifts, gear hunting, and even outright failure. Some drivers report sudden loss of power or stuck gears under load. General Motors has released multiple software updates and technical service bulletins, but the root issues persist. Electrical problems are another sore point. Owners frequently report faulty driver assistance systems, flickering dashboard screens, non-functional trailer brake controllers, and Bluetooth connectivity issues. Combined with subpar interior material quality, like cracking dash panels and loosening seat trim, the premium image quickly wears thin. Frustrated customers are not the only ones noticing. Many GMC dealerships now openly warn buyers about expected maintenance intervals, and some are pushing extended warranties as standard with Sierra sales. When a truck costs $65,000 or more, it should not feel like a gamble. And if luxury with lifter failures makes you uneasy, the next mid-size entry proves that sometimes smaller doesn't mean safer. Chevrolet Colorado. Billed as the perfect blend of agility and strength, this mid-size pickup packed big promises, yet all it delivered was downsized reliability and full-blown headaches in a tighter package. The Chevrolet Colorado, particularly in the 2021 and 2022 model years, was marketed as the perfect blend of rugged performance and daily drivability. With engine options including a 3.6-liter gasoline V6 and a 2.8-liter Duramax turbo diesel, it seemed built to serve both urban professionals and off-road adventurers alike. Unfortunately, that promise quickly fell apart as reliability issues piled up, and customers started finding themselves stranded on the side of the road far more often than expected from a new truck. The problems began with the transmission, specifically the 8-speed automatic paired with the gasoline engine. Drivers reported hesitation, hard shifting, gear slippage, and sudden jerks when accelerating from a stop. For many, these symptoms appeared before 25,000 miles. Technical service bulletins were issued, software was flashed, and torque converters were replaced. But the core problem never fully went away. Some owners ended up needing full transmission replacements just months into ownership. The rear axle and driveline assembly also became a sore spot for Colorado owners. Premature wear on the rear differential led to whining noises, vibrations at highway speeds, and occasional loss of traction. In a truck designed to handle moderate towing and off-road work, this level of mechanical fragility felt like a betrayal to the buyers who trusted Chevrolet's engineering. Complaints surged on owner forums, with some dealerships advising customers to avoid towing anything near the maximum rated load. Inside the cabin, HVAC systems frequently failed, with many Colorados unable to maintain consistent heat or air conditioning. Temperature sensors and blower motor resistors were common failure points. Worse still, some trucks experienced cabin leaks during heavy rain, leading to mold growth under the carpets and corrosion in the floor-mounted wiring harnesses. That meant electrical gremlins started appearing early, especially in models with power seats or optional infotainment upgrades. The Chevrolet Colorado may wear a bow tie badge, but the build quality and reliability tell a different story. Dealerships in the Midwest and Southwest, where trucks are put to real work, reported increasing resistance to stocking these models on their lots. Technicians privately noted that the repairs were becoming a recurring burden, not isolated events. If a mid-size truck like this cannot hold together under light work, what happens when you put real pressure on it? When even a mid-sized truck turns into a money pit, it's time to question everything. The next truck? It should have retired a decade ago, but somehow it's still being sold new. Ram 1500 Classic. Once a familiar face on the road, this truck refused to retire. Sold as new, but packed with aging tech, dated engineering, and reliability issues better left in the past. The Ram 1500 Classic, built and sold from the year 2020 through the year 2023, was supposed to be a value alternative to the newer Ram generation. It kept the previous body style, older chassis, and aging mechanical systems, targeting buyers who wanted a no-frills, full-size pickup at a lower price point. But what seemed like a smart, cost-saving decision on paper has turned into a mechanical liability in practice, with engine ticking, lifter collapses, and drivetrain glitches that plague this aging truck platform. One of the most commonly reported and deeply frustrating issues involves the 5.7-liter HEMI Vive 8 engine, specifically in its interaction with the multi-displacement system that shuts down cylinders to improve fuel efficiency. Owners report persistent valve train noise, engine ticking at startup, and most alarmingly, lifter failures that cause bent push rods and destroyed camshafts. This failure can occur before 50,000 miles and often leads to full engine teardowns. Even the more basic 3.6-liter Pentastar 536 is not immune, with oil cooling system issues and occasional timing chain stretch under hard use. Beyond the engine, the transmission system also raises red flags. The 8-speed automatic transmission, while improved from earlier designs, still suffers from occasional hard shifts, delayed engagement, and random downshifts while cruising. These problems are not limited to high-mileage trucks. Many complaints come from vehicles under 30,000 miles. Multiple software updates have been pushed by the manufacturer, but dealers admit that mechanical failures still slip through. The cabin is equally dated. While some buyers may appreciate the simplicity, many are shocked by the cheap-feeling plastics, rattling door panels, and outdated technology in a truck still being sold at nearly full-size prices. Basic options like touchscreen radios and Bluetooth integration are often unreliable, and the analog gauges and dated steering wheel controls only add to the truck's stuck-in-time feeling. It is not nostalgia, it is neglect. If that relic left you shaking your head, just wait until you see what happens when a legendary nameplate is brought back, and then completely falls apart. Ford Ranger. Reviving a legendary badge should have meant a triumphant return, but instead, this truck transformed nostalgia into non-stop warning lights and a reliability record that's anything but heroic. The Ford Ranger made its long-awaited return to the United States market in the year 2019, following an 8-year absence. Built on a global platform and adapted for American roads, it was Ford Motor Company's attempt to re-enter the mid-size pickup arena dominated by Toyota, Chevrolet, and Nissan. It came standard with a 2.9 5.3-liter EcoBoost turbocharged inline 4-engine paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission. On paper, this configuration promised impressive torque, solid fuel economy, and modern refinement. In the real world, however, it delivered a stream of mechanical and electronic failures that left both owners and technicians scratching their heads. At the top of the complaint list sits the EcoBoost engine, which has proven itself to be both powerful and problematic. Many Ford Ranger owners have reported premature timing chain wear, coolant intrusion into the cylinders, misfires under load, and unexpected turbo lag. In several documented cases, engine components failed before 30,000 miles, leading to expensive repairs and even full engine replacements. Some trucks were recalled for software updates to correct fuel mapping and valve timing irregularities, but many issues remain unresolved. The 10-speed automatic transmission, shared with other Ford and General Motors vehicles, has also generated significant concern. Owners have experienced hard shifts, hesitation between gears, and abrupt downshifts during highway cruising. These problems often manifest within the first 20,000 miles. While some dealers have attempted software recalibrations, many technicians admit that the gearbox still suffers from inconsistent behavior, especially under towing conditions or stop-and-go driving. The electrical system is another recurring issue. Owners report malfunctioning driver assistance features, glitchy infotainment screens, flickering dashboard lights, and phantom warnings for non-existent faults. These may sound minor, but when combined with drivetrain problems, they become part of a larger pattern of unreliability. Interior wear also strikes earlier than expected. Premature seat fabric fraying, rattling door panels, and peeling trim have appeared in Rangers with less than 40,000 miles. These quality issues, combined with mechanical failures, have hurt resale value and shaken confidence in what was supposed to be a reliable, rugged mid-size truck. And if the Ranger disappointed you, the next truck on our list doesn't just underdeliver, it does it while charging full-size money for half-built durability. If you made it this far, you already know this isn't just about trucks, it's about trust. Hit subscribe because we're not done exposing the truth. And now we reach the one truck that promised everything: American strength, modern design, top-tier performance, but turned out to be a ticking time bomb on 4 wheels. Chevrolet Silverado 1500. Built to represent all-American strength and dependability, this truck hit the market with bold claims, only to leave owners battling constant breakdowns, jerky performance, and repair bills that feel more like punishment than pride. The Chevrolet Silverado 1500 has long stood as one of General Motors' flagship pickup trucks, competing directly with the Ford F-150 and the Ram 1500. With its bold styling, broad trim selection, and reputation for power and utility, it seemed like a solid choice on paper. But the gasoline-powered Silverado models built between the years 2020 and 2023 have become some of the most problematic full-size pickups on American roads. So much so that some dealerships are limiting inventory or pushing buyers toward older used models. At the center of the storm are the gasoline V8 engines, specifically the 5.3-liter and 6.2-liter power plants equipped with General Motors' dynamic fuel management system. This cylinder deactivation technology is designed to improve fuel efficiency by shutting down up to half of the engine's cylinders under light load. But this system has introduced a wave of valve train issues, especially premature lifter failures and bent push rods, which often result in misfires, reduced performance, and full engine teardowns. Many failures occur before the 40,000-mile mark and frequently cost several $1,000s to repair, if they are not denied under questionable warranty terms. In addition to engine trouble, the 10-speed automatic transmission used in many Silverado models has shown an alarming pattern of failures. Reports of clunky shifting, hesitation from a stop, delayed acceleration, and abrupt gear changes are common. In some cases, transmission replacement has been the only solution, an expensive and time-consuming ordeal for both owners and service centers. While General Motors has issued software updates, the problems often resurface, leaving frustrated owners in limbo. Owners have also reported electrical and interior component issues, ranging from erratic infotainment screens and dead backup cameras to malfunctioning safety sensors. Interior trim materials feel thin and wear quickly, especially in work trim models that were meant to endure hard use. Squeaks, rattles, and warped dashboard panels are frequently mentioned in consumer forums. Some Chevrolet dealerships have begun advising loyal truck buyers to purchase extended extended powertrain warranties, or avoid certain trims altogether. When a pickup costs over $65,000 and still leaves you worried about lifters and electronics, the message is clear. You are paying premium prices for a truck that can barely survive its own warranty period. That is not just disappointing, it is unacceptable. Before you sign anything or step on a dealer lot, hit subscribe. We break the truth wide open. Every brand, every failure. Stay sharp, stay informed, and never overpay for regret.